Building a bike park, day 20. I know I haven't uploaded for ages, but I did film a video and I've just lost all the content. Well, I've lost the SD card that the content was filmed on. So I apologise, there's been no YouTube updates on the bike park, but we have been doing some stuff. As I've already said, this is day 20. I think it's day 20, maybe even more. The last episode I uploaded, I think we had the digger, which produced a lot of progress with the bike park because I was able to scrape back all of the stuff that was overgrown. Most of the bike park, apart from the bits I couldn't get because they're on too much of an angle. And don't forget guys, I'm not a digger driver. These diggers aren't designed to go down slopes like this, or round corners or off camber, because they'll just tip over. So I thought it was safer for me not to even try. A good 90% of the bike park I was able to get with the digger. So now most of that's back to bare dirt. It's just a case of me shaping up the jumps, getting the digger back in to do any big building, and then whacker plating it, and then tidying up the outsides, because obviously there's a lot of grass here. What else have I done in the meantime since my last video? Oh yeah, obviously due to the insurance, somebody that works here has to have a 16-hour outdoor first aid course. And obviously because I'm going to be the one that's working here, at least for the first couple of months, that had to be me. So for the past 2 or 3 days, I've been going off and doing a first aid course, which I've done now. So if any of you guys hurt yourself, have a heart attack, Big Daddy Dopamine will be here to help, don't you worry. Be able to save lives and whatnot. Anyway, due to me not uploading a video in weeks, I thought I'd do a little update and I'll do a little run through of what we've done so far. So we're currently at the top of the bike park on the starting rolling bit. You would have seen last time what we did from up here. We obviously cleared all of the trails pretty much back to dirt, cleared a load of the brambles on the side off. I'm going to go to the line we've actually been doing work to, is that red trail over there. As I've already said, the bike park needs a lot more work, but it's slowly making progress. Slowly but surely, and that's all it's about, you know. So many people offer their help, which I love, you know, and I am grateful for it. There's a bit of a grey, weird area with the insurance where insurance says anyone that works here or does any work to the place needs to be covered by employer's liability. So if you're just coming to help out, technically you would need to be employed to be covered by the insurance, you know. Otherwise, people could just come help, fall over, break their ankle, and then the insurance won't cover me and they can just sue me, you know? Then that'll be the end of chasing dopamine. So I'd have to flee. So I'm currently walking along the blue trail towards the section that we've been working on the last couple of days, and it kind of like splits off. That's the blue trail that way, then this way's a different trail. I'm not too sure what colour it would be. Need to think about that. And you may think that looks a little bit different. That berm used to be overgrown completely. You could hardly see the actual dirt. Last couple of days, I've been sort of shaping it up a little bit and taking off all like the literal lawn that was on top of it, trimming all that area above, and it just looks so much cleaner. Obviously I've still got to work on the ground and then compact it all, but we're getting there. And then literally straight after this berm, there's a second berm which looks even nicer. That is this beauty. Literally that berm's there, and straight after, it's like an S, you're being flung off this way, and I've cleared all of this area as well and got it back to actual rideable dirt. Really happy with how this particular berm looks. And the dry weather's been a hindrance and a help. It's been a hindrance because the ground's just far too dry, but then the plus side of that is all the grass is dry, so it just scoops off. And then we're on to the straight. I haven't done a huge amount of work to these jumps, but I've trimmed some of them, so it's obviously looking a lot clearer, and you can actually see that first tabletop now, which before you couldn't. And this first tabletop after that berm I've just showed you is actually a fair size. But I definitely think the actual lip takeoff bit needs some work because it's really short, so I just think it's crying out to buck your back wheel. So I'm gonna have to build up the lip on this one, which I'll try and do with the digger if I can get it up here. But yeah, this tabletop is 1, 2, 3, 4, about 18 foot. So it's a decent size really. Should have a decent amount of speed going into this berm. There's this weird speed hump here, which I think is just gonna throw you off wild before you go into this berm. So I'm gonna try and level this bump out so it's just a straight run into the berm, because then we've got this berm. And I've been working on this berm for the yesterday and a little bit today, but this is a really nice high walled berm, so you should be able to carry a nice bit of speed through. That's why I don't really think this hump thing is necessary. This was all overgrown before, you could hardly see the ground. I've uncovered a lot of it. I'm unsure if it does it justice on camera, but these walls are about 4 or 5 foot tall. I'm currently stood in the berm now, and them walls are quite nice. So there's no risk of you blowing out the top of them. So hopefully you can just keep all your speed through and really just stick into the berm. Then back down to the bottom of the bike park now. I remember in the last episode, there was loads of rubble here at the bottom. And I said it was gonna get leveled out to put a cabin on. Well, that's been done. Got a new shovel as well. This area here used to be about 5 foot lower, so it was in like a dip. And obviously to put a cabin on that isn't the best idea because 1, it floods, and 2, it's not level. So now there's been about 10 ton, maybe even more, of rubble put here. I'm thinking of having the little cabin thing that I've got, I'll show you that in a second, here with a load of them benches in front of it. Some people can sit down, have a coffee, maybe even have a cake, who knows. This is where I'll be sat most of the day. Just for reference, that was the level of the ground before, down there, and now we're right up here. So it's a good 4 or 5 foot taller, which is so much better. That's sort of what we've been doing over the last couple of days. Well, the last 6 days. Doesn't look like much now I'm going through it, but things take time, you know.